So many people live in countries where there is so much poverty or there's so much crime that they risk everything to come here to a city like Los Angeles. They come for better lives for themselves and a better life for their children. They come to Los Angeles, maybe they live with family in an apartment, or maybe they are in a house with a friend, and they're starting their new life in the United States. You find a job, you find out, start to learn the streets, learn how to get around in a new city, and if you have kids, you're going to find your local school. And depending on the zip code that you live in, the district, LAUSD, is going to assign you the school that's closest to you, that's in your neighborhood. For a lot of people, of course, that's great. You don't want to drive or take a bus to get your kids to school. So they assign you a school, and you're so excited to be here, you send your child, and it seems like your dream is coming true. Let's say it's this school. This is the school next to ours. It looks nice. It looks great. But a school is more than just the building. Just because it's a great building doesn't necessarily make a great school. Some of my students, they're having great experiences. Others, well, they start to encounter problems. What if you're sending your child to this school, you come and you pick them up, and they say another kid is hitting them? That your child is being bullied by other kids. What are you going to do? Well, one of my students had that exact problem, Imelda. She talked to the teacher. She explained what was going on, that another kid was hitting her kid. And she explained, my child is shy. My child is not aggressive. But the teacher didn't agree. The teacher seemed to think that her child, Imelda's child, was causing the problems. So what happens next? You're a parent, you're a mother. Your kid comes home, you're here in the United States, you're so happy you're here, but there's trouble at the school. You've talked to the teacher already, and nothing's changed. So you talk to an assistant principal or a principal. You try to get some help. Hopefully you get it. But what happens if you don't? What happens if your child is coming home from school unhappy, nervous, scared, can't concentrate in class because he is or she is being bullied? Right now, I'm in zip code 90018. Like I said earlier, the district is going to give you the school that's closest to your home. But if you're having problems, my students explained to me there are ways to get your child into a different school, hopefully a better school, if you're not happy with what your child is learning or experiencing. Now, some of these schools are called charters, and some are called magnets. But both of them are public, which means you don't have to pay out of your pocket. For example, if you want to go to a Catholic school, you would need to pay out of your pocket for that education. So students tell me how they go through this process. It's not easy to find out, but you can apply. You can apply or have your child apply for a place in a different school. A lot of my students are much happier with getting their children into what they believe is a better school. Sometimes the school requires the student to get very good grades. They're not going to accept students who aren't getting good grades. That sounds like a good environment for a kid. If all the other kids are performing well and value education and are taking it seriously? How many of you have heard of a school named LACES? It's LACES. Any of you? I hadn't heard of it until a week or two ago because one of my students, Minerva, sends her son there. And then I found out that Ava also had sent her kids there. And I think Estella also had her child apply. The students know a lot more about this than I do. But I don't know where they're learning it. There's no book about it. I don't know of a website made for parents explicitly explaining how to get your child into a better school. LACES is a middle and high school at 18th and I believe Olympic or Venice. And every year, 2,000 students apply. 2,000, but they only accept 500. Okay, that's only 25%. Now, if you apply the first year and you don't get in, you can apply a second year and then a third year, and I believe the fourth year, then you get accepted. Your child will be accepted to the school. Now, true story, this just happened. I have an old student from a couple years ago come to campus with her younger teenage sister, who's 16, who speaks only a little English, and now her sister is going to study here. And she told me, oh, I don't like the high school that is in our neighborhood. I'm investigating where else she can go. This is hard. 16 years old, she doesn't speak any English, so she's gonna need to learn English. She's gonna have to adapt to the culture. I told her, don't rely on the system to do it for you. You're gonna have to take care, be careful, watch, listen, and take steps. I think that's what everyone would do. Now, let me be clear. Just because a school is charter or magnet doesn't necessarily mean it's a good school. Some students told me my kids went to a charter and they kept changing principals and it wasn't a good experience. Other students, they believe in them. Their experiences have been great. They say they know what's going on with their kids, that the school communicates better, that it's a better environment for them. I don't know. You guys are the experts. You have to help each other and share this information and recommend schools and talk about the process so I can learn more and you also can learn more to get your kids the best education possible. Some people make a big generalization. The schools in America are not so great anymore. The fact of the matter is, the best schools here are among the best in the world. But we have the best, we have good, we have okay, and we have maybe some of the worst in advanced countries. But I'm inspired by student stories, the work you guys have made to help your kids. We have their kids going to UCLA and UC Santa Barbara and getting all kinds of degrees. And that must feel amazing to give your own kids that opportunity.